Hello, darling. I'm pretty excited right now. I am getting ready for an artist talk. This is the second one I've done this year. The last one was concerning some photography, and this one is photography and really a collage at Redbud Center. So one of my friends actually said to me, you know what? I'd be curious to know some of your tips for artist talks, The first one is to say less ums, okay? Oh, I'm killing myself today with the ums. I've been practicing and I just hear every one of them. Anyways, one of the first tips is say yes. Say yes to it. I know, it sounds nerdy. Not a lot of people want to watch or listen to an artist talk. It also sounds really scary. Yes, people will be looking at you. They will be looking at you. And that is scary to many people who are not suffering from vanity, right? However, this is a great opportunity to beef up those skills, to practice, to get that vocabulary, to shoot out any passion you have for your work, and to inspire people to follow you, to collect you, to help you, show you, right? The other thing is that leads me to another thing, which is it does give you an edge. When you really develop yourself and hone this discipline of how to talk to your work in different settings and educate people about who you are and, your material, your methods, the history, other things too. It could be even mysterious. You don't even have to share everything and spoon feed people everything, right? You can keep things in a way you lead people, right? You can lead them through the story of what the work is about. And for me too, I also like to share the spiritual component of it and the things I've learned over the years concerning the changes in the work, and where I see myself going in the future with the work or the body of work. And this really gives you an edge, really, with collectors and curators. It's easier for curators to remember you when they have these stories and the background of what you're talking about. That kind of like helps them chew on it in an art historical way. And with collectors, they're not just buying your work. Well, hopefully they are, right? But they're not just buying your work because it looks beautiful and they're going to put it up and admire it or throw it in their closet or basement, whatever the case may be, right? They're also buying into and collecting stories about you, your personality, how they met. These things excite them. And when they invite people over for their dinner parties and, they're showing the work on the walls and the decor and everything, these are all stories and enriches the whole experience of living with the work, right? And I'm sure they have other reasons too, right? Also, another tip that I found that it's really helpful is when you say yes, show up, right? Don't be one of those artists that say yes, they sign up, and they don't show up, okay? Let your yes be yes and your no be no, right? You can't make it, don't sign up. Matter of fact, do a video of it, right? And put it out there. There are many ways to say yes without showing up and going back on your yes and that sort of thing. The other thing I learned too was keep it to 5 minutes unless the venue says, okay, you have a certain amount of time for your talk, right? Keep it at 5 minutes. This is something I learned when I was doing some stand-up, amateur stuff, open mic nights. They would give you 5-minute slots. And it is hard. 5 minutes is hard. So I would use note cards to practice, okay? Not when you're doing it, but to practice, okay? So each thought, you put it on a note card. and you put it up and you can kind of, go through it without rambling too much, right? You don't want to be that person that's constantly like, yeah, like, ooh, ah, well, like, kind of, No, keep to the topics. Keep people excited about your work. Keep people hungry for more, right? And that's how you do it. What else? Oh, yes, caffeine. Caffeine. I had too much already, actually. So I'm a little pumped. But try not to be too caffeinated prior to the talk, okay? It is tempting, I know. I'm doing some hard caffeine these days, but it's a phase right now. It's a phase, yeah, sure. And when we do caffeine, it does biologically change when we start getting excited and stressed and nervous. Our tongue gets twisted up, mouth gets drier, we talk faster. People might not be able to understand. They'll miss something. You'll trip over your words. So take it down a notch, okay? Another tip, take a shower and wear deodorant prior to your talk. Yes, sounds simple, but a lot of people don't do it. And so they will start to perspire. We all get nervous when we talk in public, unless you're a sociopath, narcissist. It's just biological. And you want people to remember you for the work, for what you said, and your personality, and not how you smelled, okay? Because they will not want to get too close to you, for sure. And one of the last things is test your equipment. All your documentation equipment, the audio, video, everything you're doing, try to test it, 5 to 3 days, a week beforehand. Prepare yourself as you're preparing your talk, practicing. Get all that together. Make sure nothing's broken, everything's in working order, everything's charged, all the cards are empty, and there's nothing on it. Put it all together in a kit, nice and ready for you to go. And that will bring a lot of success, because that is something I dropped the ball on a lot in my history, in my past, But I'm grateful, because that was the old me, for sure, and I wanted to be professional. I was, in a sense, professional, but I wasn't always excellent, excellent in every aspect. And part of that was, I drank a lot. I did a lot of other things that are very mind altering. So you're going to forget things when you do that. I'll be honest, okay? But luckily, I'm a new creation. So I don't do that anymore. And so I really hope that these tips have helped you. They have helped me, and I have suffered over them. Trust me. And anyways, have a grand day.